I thought the algorithm worked for us, but lately it's feeling like the other way around. I don't know if you've noticed this, but lately it feels like we are feeding the algorithm rather than feeding our soul when it comes to creating. It feels like we're doing everything specifically for engagement rather than doing it because we wanted to create that thing. We're creating the thing for the algorithm. We're feeding the monster, and it's always hungry. And I don't struggle with it as much as I used to, but there was a time where I used to always think about what I owed the audience. When what I really owe the audience is authenticity. But I thought there was a form of content that I needed to provide, not only for the algorithm, but for the people that followed me, especially when you go viral. Going viral is not what people make it out to be. I went viral and then everybody expected me to shoot the same video over and over and over again. I got so many comments, phone calls, text suggestions. Hey, that video is going up. Make another video like that. But I already said everything I had to say in the first video. I put my all into that. That's why people connected with it so well. So why do I have to make this 7 more times? I've noticed that conversations don't even feel real and authentic anymore. A lot of conversations feel like people are talking in fast-pitched, catchy sound bites rather than having an actual conversation. I'm also noticing that people talk in tweets, which is astounding. It's a wild concept to think of, because if the tweet is viral and popular, then you know that millions of people have already seen the tweet. So for people to just regurgitate that as if it's their own thought is kind of spooky, to be honest, right? To not even allow yourself to think about how you feel about a certain topic, but because you read about it, I'm gonna go with that. It gets spooky. It's almost like they're speaking in sound bites so we don't scroll away, even though we're face to face in real life. It feels like people think that if they slow down and allow themselves to breathe or allow themselves to think about the topic or the question that's asked, then we're gonna find out the real them. We're gonna see their flaws. But the truth is, we all have flaws. And that's what makes conversations amazing. That's what makes the world amazing. That's what makes people amazing. That we're all different, we all have our flaws, and we're all connecting. But if we're all speaking in these fast, catchy sound bites, we never connect. And when it comes to people being guided by the internet and the algorithm fully and being fully engulfed into this thing, what do people say? Chronically online. People are so chronically online that they feel like they have to get all of their sentences out immediately, and it makes patience feel unnatural. When patience is one of the most important things that we have. I think the moment where I feel the most pressure from the algorithm is when I spend a lot of time creating something. I shoot it, I plan it all out, I edit it, I color grade it, and it flops. And it's because the algorithm didn't pick it up, right? Or maybe the first 100 people it showed it to didn't really like it. But that doesn't mean your art isn't great. That just means the algorithm didn't pick it up, right? But it makes you go through this cycle in your mind of, is my art even good? Because I spent so much time creating it and nobody got to see it. But I know if I would make a hot take, if I say something that's a little controversial, I know it'll do numbers. I think that's the part that gets me the most, knowing how to go viral, right? You know, if you say something a little controversial, if you give a hot take, if you say something to embarrass somebody or call somebody out, you know it's gonna blow up. But when you create something that you really care about, it's a mystery. And that's what gets to me sometimes. I've decided to stop posting consistently on platforms that force me to feed this algorithm monster, right? So I won't delete my TikTok, but I won't be posting 3 to 5 times a day like I used to. I'd rather be on here. I'd rather be able to put out the art that I love, to vent the way I want to have deep conversations the way I want to make connections instead of just getting views. Because having connections is a deeper form than just having people watch your content on the toilet and then scroll up, right? I need more than that. And I think that I can only do that here. Even going back to people talking, they're talking so fast. I remember having this conversation with one of my friends, and it feels like people are rapping at times, right? It feels like we're at an auction. Like, got a hot take, got a hot take, got a hot take, got a bad opinion, got a bad opinion, got a hot take, got a hot take, got a view, got to embarrass somebody, get a views, got to do. It's like, can we just slow down? Can we just slow down? And that's why I'm choosing to slow down on all aspects of my life. If I'm creating content, I'm only creating content that I love. I'm not creating any more empty, meaningless content. If I'm watching a movie, I focus on the movie. I don't get distracted. If I'm having a conversation, I allow myself to have silence and think. Because everybody doesn't have a quick response at all times. It's not a natural thing. It's just something that the internet made you believe. But there should be silence in conversations. There should be time to breathe. And I'm allowing myself to do that in conversations and online. I'm giving myself space to breathe. I feel like we don't do that enough, and that's why we burn out, because we're trying to keep up with this machine. We just keep going and we burn out, and we keep going and we burn out, and we blow up making some content that we don't care about, and then we burn out again. Then we continue this cycle. I'm ready to slow down. I'm ready to work with the algorithm, or have the algorithm work for me. I don't want to work for the algorithm.